Hello YouTubers, and today I'm going to be reviewing this, which is Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost / Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders on Blu-ray, and this is from the Warner Archive. I previously reviewed the Zombie Island Blu-ray, which came out a bit before, but this is the other one, and this now means we have the original quadrilogy technically released on Blu-ray, because Cyber Chase was released on Blu-ray like a decade ago nearly now, so you know, now we've got all of them and that on Blu-ray in HD. Hooray! So yeah, turning to the packaging, first of all, you can see it's just your standard sort of Warner Archive case. I'm glad they've used the original artworks, even if they are, you know, a bit cropped in like that, but at least they're using, you know, the original artworks, not those re-released ones which look awful. On the back, it's a bit interesting. They're using what looks like a stretched, really bad screenshot of the film, and then that's some promotional art that was for the Alien Invaders DVD release. So yeah, a little bit odd there. This does include the special features that were included on their original DVD releases, so they're very, very short behind the scenes, but they are included on here, so that is great. Also worth noting, these have a 5.1 DTS surround sound, whereas I've only got the NTSC version of Witch's Ghost here, but this one just says Dolby Surround. It doesn't, so yeah, it's interesting that these ones have a DTS 5.1 and this has Dolby Surround. So yeah, but you know, the main difference is, how do, you know, the two compare to each other? Is it worth the upgrade? Well, yes. I mean, for one, looking at the difference in that between, you know, the two of them is night and day. Thankfully, I can report that there's no errors in that on this one, like there was with Zombie Island, where Daphne's hand would disappear for a single shot, which wasn't present on the DVD. That isn't present anywhere here. The contrast and clarity is much better. They do tend to err on the more saturated, more vivid colour side, but for stuff like Witch's Ghost, that does kind of work, and they don't go overboard on it as well. When you look at the DVD and that in comparison to the Blu-ray, the DVDs just look washed out in comparison to the Blu-ray. You're not really getting that much, you know, detail in terms of, you know, the animation, because it's, you know, more basic, but there's a lot more colour there. They've also maintained the bits of film grain and that on there, which is nice that they've maintained that on there, and it hasn't been DNR'd, you know, to death like stuff like the original Cinderella Blu-ray release, so that's all well and good. And I will say, this is an absolute bargain, and that's for what you're getting, because this again is the same price as the other Scooby-Doo Blu-ray releases from Warner Archive, except with this one, as well as Zombie Island technically, you're getting two films, and they're two great films, and that for the price of one. So yeah, definitely worth the money, definitely worth the upgrade. And if you live in the UK like I do, or anywhere outside the US, this Blu-ray is region free, so it'll work in your Blu-ray players no problem. I picked this up from Rarewaves, and I think it was just shy of £25, and that I think it was like £23, £24. Again, you can shop around in that and import it. As I'll say, it's only available in the US, but since it's a Warner Archive release, they are basically made to demand and don't go out of print generally. So yeah, basically you can be safe assured with that. So yeah, not really much to say. This, if you're a fan of these films and that, this is an absolute must-have, especially, you know, with Halloween and that round the corner. This is definitely a one to pick up. This is, you know, a night and day type difference for me. And while I didn't really notice anything particularly different with the audio compared to the original release, with this one having a DTS, whereas the original having a Dolby Digital, no real particularly difference in that with that, no audio issues in that whatsoever. So, yeah, highly recommended release.